Welcome back to the Papa-Doo Podcast.
Papa-Doo! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Papa-Doo Podcast. I tried to flick a bottle top at the camera. I don't know if you can see that or not. I didn't really do very well. Man, a lot of stuff has happened over the last few days, and we got a lot to talk about. You tweeted at me telling me we had a lot to talk about.
Did you even say the title of the podcast before we started?
We gone over this. You say it in the beginning, first 5 seconds. It's the pre-recorded thing.
Should I do a new one? Like, I feel like I say, I feel like
it's
I say
very plosive, that's for sure.
Too much. Yeah,
it's a lot of pee popping over there.
Yeah, like imagine being a first time listener and then just having someone just popping in your eardrums, and you're just like, yo, get out of my eardrums, bro.
I wonder how many people have listened to the Papa-Doo Podcast and don't even realize that I'm on it, because after the first 5 seconds they click off.
It's very possible. My voice does have that effect. It's like a repellent effect. It's pretty cool.
Kind of white. Very white, actually.
Yeah, you know.
We'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah, we would. Maybe, sure. We can talk about our whiteness. Have the whiteness segment.
So white.
Yo, shouts to everybody that's here after Super Bowl Sunday. Great game.
Yeah,
real nail biter.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Listen, I don't know if you're on YouTube right now, but if you are, you see our beautiful faces. But if you don't want to see our beautiful faces, you can listen to us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Basically anywhere where you want to get your podcast fix, you little fiend, you. And then we have our social media. It's very simple. Papa-Doo Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Follow us over there so you can see some funny clips and some cool /funny/ oftenly disappointing. Oftenly? Whoa, is that a word?
Man, that's like a George Bush word, just making stuff up on the fly.
Oftenly disappointing rap filter challenges and stuff like that.
Yo,
You never sent me the video.
Yeah,
you did.
I'm sorry. But it was a crazy day. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law had a baby. I was somewhere. Where was I at? I was hanging out with Deji in Louisville. That was the most random meetup ever. It was a random day. And in the middle of all this chaos, you're like, yo, respond to this video that's really not even a crazy video.
First of all, what is Deji, who, by the way, if people don't know, that's KSI's brother. They're blood brothers, right?
Yeah.
What is he doing in my country?
Why did you say it like that?
What? Wait, what's he?
You sounded so offended.
Why is he here? And why is he in Louisville, of all places?
Yeah, this is super random. So it's funny. 8 years ago is when we all met for the first time. And that was 7 years ago. Sorry, back in 2018. And he told me about a video idea back then because I told him I was from Kentucky. He's like, man, I've always wanted to go to Kentucky and eat fried chicken from KFC. And that's why he was here for. That is the whole specific reason that he came to Kentucky, was to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Is KFC international?
Yes. I went to London over the summer for my honeymoon and went to a theme park. There was a KFC right in the middle of the theme park. Like, it's a massive thing over there, apparently.
That surprises me, actually. I thought that would be strictly U.S., but okay.
Dude, it's massive.
Well, that's cool.
In Asia, actually. I took a Southeastern Asian Studies class in college, and for Thanksgiving, they actually have KFC instead of turkey, even though they don't have, like, a Thanksgiving, but, like, that's their meal. They have KFC, and you have to order it months in advance because it's that popular.
Bro, what?
Yeah, down in the Philippines,
that is the most
like in
wild
Malaysia,
thing I've learned.
Thailand, like in the Southeastern Asian countries, it's massive.
What about the Philippines?
I just said
maybe not the Philippines. Oh, you did say the Philippines? I
yeah,
gotta ask my editor that I've been working with this past year. I don't work with her.
I assume he's from the Philippines
lately, but yes, she is from the Philippines. There's a couple people I work with, like a couple creatives I work with from the Philippines. So I gotta
ask him about KFC. Yeah,
I should. Yeah, I like their famous bowls. Do you like their famous bowls?
I like the one with macaroni and cheese and chicken.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that was.
Okay.
Was that the Jack Harlow bowl?
I don't know. I didn't even know he had his own bowl. This is news to me.
Yeah. Well, Speaking of Louisville, that's a guy from Louisville. But yeah, he was there, and Jallo, his
Deji was
cameraman,
there, not Jack Harlow.
Deji was there, and Jack Harlow might have been there somewhere floating around. But
He might
yeah, I
have
just
been.
drove up there, and we hung out for a few hours. It was a cool little meetup. We didn't do any videos or anything. We just kind of reminisced on old times. We actually FaceTimed Dax, which was the most random thing. Also, I don't even know what possessed me to do that. We were just talking and kind of, like I said, reminiscing on old times. I was like, yeah. He asked me if I had talked to Dax in a while. I was like, yeah, I could call him up right now. And he's like, call him. I was like, oh, he's not going to answer. He will not answer.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised he answered.
And I FaceTimed him, and he picked up, and I was not expecting him to pick up. I was like, yo, I got somebody here. And Deji was there. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And it was just a cool little fun moment. Nice memory lane moment right there.
Sounds like a really humble response, too, from Dax, too. Just remembering the humble beginnings. That's 2018, dude.
That was 2018. It was November 2018 when we recorded it, and
crazy.
that video dropped early December 2018.
You spelled out KSI as a bitch.
I did do that. And I danced to KSI's song at my wedding with my wife for our first dance. So, full circle.
Your life doesn't make sense. I hope you know
Not at
that.
all. Literally not at all.
Well, speaking of things that don't make sense, I think we're going to dive into a certain topic here that wasn't going to be the first thing we were going to talk about, but the segue is too good. So we're going to talk about Kanye West.
I thought you were going to say the Grammys.
Yay!
Yeah, Kanye off the deep end once again. But this time I don't even know what the hell's wrong with him, dude.
Well, I would pay good money to see a video of when he was sending out these tweets. I wonder if he was at a computer. I wonder if he was on a laptop. I wonder if he was just on his phone. I want to know what was happening. Like the way the tweets look, it looks like he was hanging upside down from his chandelier with a bunch of coke in his nose, just swinging back and forth, listening to bluegrass, typing these tweets out.
Crazy stuff. I just don't even know, man. I think he ended up either deactivating his account or he got banned eventually.
Yeah, I think they banned. No, not banned. Suspended. Whatever. Yeah. They were like, okay, buddy.
Yeah,
you're abusing this platform because you're saying things like, I'm going to pull it up right now.
Joey's got tweets. The ones that I saw, so I thankfully I didn't see any of this, but people were saying he started tweeting out like a bunch of porn stuff right there at the end before he got suspended. And like I guess that was the thing that tipped him over. Not the Jews or the Nazi stuff that he was saying. It was just uploading porn links that sent him over the edge.
Bro, it's so many messages.
There's so much
oh my God. No, it's so
That's
much that he
clip, sorry.
said. So when he was tweeting this stuff out, by the way, I heard what you said about porn being tweeted. Aren't you allowed to tweet out porn, though? Isn't porn allowed on Twitter?
I think so, but it's still, regardless, I was making the joke.
Somebody test it out right now. Send me on Twitter.
Your penis. No, send it to Joe.
My Twitter is Crypt the Rapper. All right, that's Crypt.
I'll be looking for the penises. I'll forward them to Joe.
All right, I have to make sure to read these in my mind before I read them out loud because it can get kind of crazy, kind of
a little dicey over there.
Quickly. All right, well, he was talking about men not being real men anymore, and he was referring to them as being castrated.
Okay. And it's testicle removal for anybody out there that does not know what that means.
I'm willing to die for my tweets. He brought back a classic, slavery is a choice.
Yep, that's a Kanye tweet.
This is a good one. Puff is a way better dad than my dad and a way better dad than me.
What? Yo, that's... Man, I didn't see all these. I mean, I saw a handful of like the Jew and Nazi stuff. I didn't see the Puff stuff.
Look at this one. Look at my screen.
Sex.
It's just him with sunglasses on, and it just says sex.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. That seems like normal crazy Kanye. I'm cool with that, you know.
Yeah, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. He did have some insightful stuff. I love physics and psychology. Hey, promoting a well-groomed education. Is that what I meant to say? Well-groomed?
That seems a very inappropriate adjective to use right now.
I just want to say, off
Burn.
topic, I would like to thank the Jews for porn. And I'm not being sarcastic. I love porn a lot. That was one of his tweets.
I thought you were breaking the wall there. I thought you were just confessing.
Listen, when he was tweeting all these and he was on a rampage, I was looking at all these and I was like, man, I should have probably really screenshot this because I'm pretty sure he won't be around on the platform for much longer.
Smart idea.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. But luckily somebody else did.
Yeah, the internet's forever. There's screenshots all over the place.
Oh, he's spazzing on Dave Chappelle in one of these tweets.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say everything he's saying. A lot of support for. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I mean he's clearly off medication or just like there's something going on here, and it's kind of wrong to laugh and make fun of him, but at the same time, it's like I just don't know, dude. It's so weird.
yeah.
Like, what causes somebody to go over the edge like that?
I want to find something. I want to find a funny one though. Yeah, this is wrong, but I want to find a funny one.
I totally agree with everything you're saying, but listen to this tweet.
I don't want to go to your fancy restaurants. Ramen noodles and Doritos was made for a reason.
All right, see, there's slivers of hope in between there.
He's 47. Kanye is 47.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
All of our
Wow.
idols are getting older, man.
All right, so yeah, a lot of talks about Jewish people and like, oh yeah, at one point he said he loved Hitler.
Yeah, I saw that one. That
Called
was
himself a Nazi. That like,
yeah.
the role playing got out of hand. I was just,
Jeez.
I don't know, dude. It was crazy. I don't really know what we had here to add to the conversation, but the
We
point
just wanted
is
to talk about it. That's the key of the Pop Do podcast. We have zero insight on anything. We just kind of bring up buzz topics and then move on. It's our specialty. That's what we do.
for anybody that's wondering, we peaked under the rock. For anybody that is still happen to be under the rock, we're here for you to give you the news that everybody knows above the rock. Anyways, Kanye West basically solidified everything here. I could sum it all up in one thing that he said in 2007, and he said, "You can't tell me nothing."
Nuh-uh. Yep. So didn't you tweet something like "Bully better be fire" after all this, or something like that?
Yeah. That's what came to mind. I was just like, it's supposed to be, I think he promotes it, or it was marketed or hinted at, man, a lot of different terminology here, hinted at that this was supposed to be the old Kanye's back type thing with Bully. First
we
of all,
talked about that on a podcast episode, actually.
yeah, but I just want to say, the more I think about that never works. We'll see what happens with like Carter 6, for example, with Lil Wayne. But
Yeah.
I don't think you could get that magic back, man. I don't think
Wayne's
something
really
in the
marketing
youth.
it as like this is old Lil Wayne. I think it's a Carter mixtape, but Carter 5 wasn't old. It wasn't marketed as that, I don't think.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm interested to see if they still got it when they get up there in age. Because having it, but having a 2007 or 2009 version of it doesn't really hold up in this time, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get that. How old is Wayne now? I mean, he's got to be as old as
78,
Kanye, too.
dude.
78. Didn't expect that one.
I might be misspeaking. Stuart, look it up.
I'd venture to say you might be misspeaking.
Lil
It really
Wayne
is-
age.
Yeah,
42.
He's only 42?
42 years older than a baby.
Well, that's a thing. Yeah, he's not aged very well these last few years. I mean, maybe that's why I thought he was a little bit older. You want to know who is? So, I want you to take a stab at this. How old do you think? How old do you think Eminem is right now?
Probably pretty. I think he's pretty old, dude. He's got to be like 48.
All right, I think he's 51.
Wow.
Yeah. How old do you think Jay-Z is?
Oh, dude, I could figure that out because Reasonable Doubt came out in 96, and I think he was 26 when that dropped. So that would be
Eminem's 52, by the way.
6. Okay. 16, 26. Is he 49?
He's 55.
What? Wait, where's my math? Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Thank God you're a fucking producer, not a mathematician.
Wait, was it? No. 20. Let me do this again. 26 years old in 1996. And I could be wrong about that, but that's what I thought he was. 26 plus 4 would make him 30, and then we're at 2000. So 36 plus... No,
30 at
plus
2000
25.
plus 25
Oh,
is
yeah,
55.
yeah, that's 55. Yeah,
There's
yeah,
the
yeah.
math,
Okay.
Joe.
Okay.
All right, so I'm asking
We
you
do
two more.
math here on the Papa Do podcast.
So let's go with some of the younger guys. How old do you think Kendrick is?
I have no fucking clue.
No
how
idea,
old
right?
Kendrick is. Oh, wait,
No
he's 37.
fucking idea. He is 37. Okay. How old do you think Hobson is? Trying to name all these young guys that we know.
Young?
Yeah.
Hobson?
Yeah.
Maybe 35?
Hobson's 40. You know how much
Hobson's
that fucking
40.
broke my heart? I looked at that yesterday. I was like, what the fuck? How old am I now? And I'm 30. I just couldn't
So
believe
I'm
it.
saying, wait.
Hobson
Because
is
you said
40.
young guys. You threw me off. I was like, okay, well, if you said
I know.
young guys.
That was a really long setup just to let you know how that Hobson was 40. That was
that was the whole point of this whole segment, wasn't it?
Yeah, whole point of it. I didn't want to just go in and be like, you know who's fucking old? Take a guess how old Hobson is. And then you'd be like, oh, he's probably older than I think. Hobson's 40. That is so weird
That's
to
crazy, dude. Yeah, that's wild. Hey, man,
No,
they're not babies anymore. And
They're not.
You know what babies say? Wah! And that's how Lil Wayne started his verse in the Leangelo
On
Ball Lil
Tweakers.
Wayne song, Tweaker remix. Which was a really weird way to start his verse. For anybody
It made sense.
that's listening, what was that?
It made sense because he had the baby time setter. Makes sense. Double entendres.
Yes. And you do you want to know how many times he said baby in his verse?
All right, so he said it for the first 8 bars twice, so I'm going to go at least 16.
Yeah, he said it 16 times.
16
Wow,
times. Man,
good
I am
job.
just a fucking bar
That was pretty
breakdown. What did you
impressive.
call me? Captain Bar Catcher.
Captain Barcatcher. Yeah, to anybody listening, go check out the Lil Wayne Leangelo Ball Tweaker remix. It made me happy that Lil Wayne was on this remix because it made me look good. Because in my unreleased reaction to this song, I said that this sounded like New Orleans sound. It sounded like early Cash Money type of music when the song dropped. Of course, nobody heard me say that because the reaction never came out. So,
Why did it
don't make
never
that
come out?
face.
I mean, that was a yawn because I'm bored. But why did you make that not a reaction? What the fuck am I saying right now? Why did that reaction never come
It
out?
was a short form, specific, exclusively short form reaction,
gotcha.
and it was getting blocked left and right,
Yeah, that's a
um,
problem.
like me at the school prom. But that's another thing. So
Yeah. Very comparable.
Anyways, Lil Wayne said "Wah!" to start off his verse, which was appropriate since Crypt. He proceeded to say "baby" 16 times
16
in
times.
his verse. And personally,
Listen.
I thought it was kind of annoying.
I can get it, but I thought it was awesome. It was refreshing to me for some reason. Just I haven't been the biggest fan of some of the Wayne features that have come out as of late. Like back in 23, I think it was, he was killing a lot of features that year. But the last solid thing that I heard him do was the Saturday mornings feature with Corday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
so
the last
it'd
one
been a
that you
minute.
thought was
Yeah.
like on point? Okay. Yeah, I mean, like on Sticky, he had 4 bars and
Yeah, Sticky was
Nothing
almost like
memorable.
we weren't even there. Yeah.
good lesson to learn in hip hop. I mean, you could be one of the greatest rappers of all time, but 4 bars isn't enough to make your mark.
4 bars is not enough for anybody.
Yeah, it didn't sound like Drought, like Run, Lil Wayne or anything like that. I don't know if we're ever gonna get that back again, like all those mixtapes when he was on that crazy run.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, with this verse, he had a couple lines that I'm gonna mention. F is for features, baby. I like that because he is known
That is nice.
for having quite well done features.
Yeah, fire features. F is also for fire. That
There
burns
you
down the
go.
whole
That-
down.
that-
Used
that
for
makes sense.
uranium bombs. And it's
And
for
it's
no
for
survivors.
no survivors.
There
Yeah,
it
down
is. Thank
here in
you.
the deep
Thank
blue
you.
sea. All right. If they're sleeping on the goat, then they're counting sheep.
I like it.
I like that one. Goat and sheep. I mean, but you
Animal
know,
theme.
they have hooves. Hooves.
It sounded like
Why
you
is that so hard to say?
That sounded like you were
It's hard to
vomiting.
say.
They have hooves.
Hooves. They have hooves. Have hooves. Wait, saying have hooves is not easy to say.
Have hooves. It's very easy to say, actually.
Fuck you.
You're just that fucking northerner up there. It literally sounds like you're choking on something. You're about to vomit.
I
They
might
have
be.
hooves.
Running off. So basically, one thing that I thought you in particular would really like about this verse, though, I think you like when rappers stick to the same rhyme scheme for a whole verse.
I do like that.
Yeah, and he had the eaters baby scheme
Yeah.
going on the whole time.
He actually had the E and the A rhyme scheme. So he had baby, lazy, like that rhyme scheme also carried out.
I don't count that.
He did.
I
I
don't
don't
count
count
that.
rhyming baby with baby, but he also
Yeah.
said lazy at some point down in there.
He
during the
did.
rhyme
He
scheme
said,
as well.
I feast like I'm obese and
Obese.
lazy.
And lazy.
It was good. It was good.
It was nice.
Good. It flowed well.
It did.
I wasn't feeling the wah in the beginning. I wasn't feeling the constant use of the word baby, but shouts to LeAngelo Ball for getting Lil Wayne on his second track ever.
Yeah, that is crazy. I honestly prefer it over the original, though. I will say that. It was mixed better.
It ends differently.
Yeah. But overall, it was mixed better.
Is it mixed differently?
Yeah, and I think he re-recorded like that bridge where he's kind of singing a little bit or wailing. It sounded more in tune. Because I remember the first
still
one.
sounded
though,
a little
it was
sloppy
kinda,
to me.
Yeah, it sounded really sloppy the first time I listened to it, but I felt like I noticed a difference. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm making that up completely, but it sounded more polished the second time around.
What I noticed the most in difference was there was a guitar solo at the end of this.
Yeah.
That was out of left field. I was like, where the hell did this come from?
Just putting up some random stuff on there, man. They got to blow that song up. Got to make their $13 million back.
I like guitar solos in hip hop songs, though. I think I mentioned this before, but Obi Trice's "Don't Come Down." That had I think Eminem made the beat for that, but it had such a dope guitar solo at the end of it. Man, I need to get back to listening to albums in dark rooms with headphones on.
It's the best
It's
time
just
to
a
listen to
different
them.
experience. Yes.
That's exactly
just
what I think about when I make albums. It's like listening to it in a dark room with nothing else happening around me and trying to create a cinematic experience.
You know what? I'm going to take that in stride. I'm going to remember that next time I make some of my trash music.
That's great. You do that with your trash music. I'll keep
Like,
doing that
I'm
with
gonna
my
pollute
trash
your
music, the
ears.
corny white boy music, the coworker
Yeah.
music.
Coworker music. There
Hey,
you
what
go.
did I tell you? I told you guys I was going to post that, and it got like 75,000 plays on my normal, and then I did a trial reel, and it got like 300,000 of the same post.
I'm not going to
and-
lie.
What?
I was doing a lot of trial real posts after Gone told us.
Were you? He's giving
to
away
do
game.
'em,
I only
yeah.
did the one, but
300,000, bro?
It's that, I'm telling you, that song is just like, I don't know what it is about it. I still don't understand why people either really like it or really hate it. There's no in between with that song. And I have no idea what I did differently than any other song that I've ever made that has made that song that polarizing.
You used a nursery rhyme for the hook.
Kinda. It didn't even
That's
rhyme
a
with
big
it.
deal.
I guess.
That's a big.
Yeah.
It's the title of the song.
It is, but is that the point that everybody goes to? Is that why it's corny, or is that why it's catchy? Because of that?
I would say so.
I just don't even know. I really don't, man. I just put out music that I think sounds fun, and then whatever the fuck happens, happens. And so, like, I'm not trying to intentionally go after nursery rhymes and put out corny songs. It's just fucking what I did. I mean, there's so many hurtful comments that I read.
Career
for that,
path.
man.
Skip's new career path.
Yeah, just the new nursery
rhymes.
But yeah,
Hey, man.
when I put out that trial reel, it had like 10,000 shares and it had less than 1,000 likes on it. So I was like, I am not reading any comments on this at all. There's no shot I'm reading any of this.
But
my monthly listeners went up 10,000 monthly listeners. So
see,
happened.
bro, that's the game. That's the game. That's the whole point of posting these shorts of
It's
the
crazy.
rapping and stuff like that, bro. That's like,
Yeah, I'll just keep posting that song until it stops working, I guess.
smart. And just don't read the comments.
Yeah,
Because I will be there saying
it's very nice
coworker
to
music.
just, even the Instagram post that I made, I had to ignore my comments for a few days. So I didn't open up Instagram for a few days, but it usually wears off after that.
Damn.
Speaking of wearing
Said
off,
that.
got a topic right there. You know what wears off when you rub it too much? A Grammy. Especially if you shove it up Ja Rule's ass.
I don't like this segue at all.
It's
I was gonna say
the Grammys happened over the past week.
I was gonna say, so you really don't like that song yourself, huh? And then you're like, whatever you said, I was gonna be like, so you don't think it's gonna win a Grammy or something like that? And then that was gonna be the segue. You see how much better that is than whatever the fuck you just did?
It was better. We got on a tangent, and I realized how much we were on a tangent, but I wanted to finish my point. Let's just talk about the Grammys.
Tangents are good though because they sound so natural.
It is natural. That's
Yeah,
also a complaint
so-
that I've read sometimes is that we introduce a topic and then we talk about random stuff for 7 minutes and then get into the topic.
Nope. One motherfucker said that. One person said that.
I
One
said
person
comments.
said that.
Comments.
All right, well, I'm going to need screenshots. Actually, no.
I'll send them
'cause
to
it's
you.
going to hurt my feelings. Oh,
It
all right.
probably will. Grammys.
R.I.P. Yeah, Kendrick won 5 of them in one night.
he won
for the
5 Grammys.
same fucking song.
Do you think he should have
And-
won all 5?
Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about, right? Because the 5 categories that he won: Song of the Year, Record of the Year, not to be confused with Song of the Year.
It's different.
Record of the Year. It is different. It is different. Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and Best Music Video.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's interesting because it's not necessarily, well, let me think about what are the best songs that came out this year and see if that measures up. No, the nominees are the nominees. We don't have any control of that. I don't know how they come up with the nominees. Do
I actually
you?
did research on. Yeah, I made a whole video on this, but I researched how they come up with the voting process of it, and everybody has to submit their stuff to the Grammys. So no matter who you are, you have to submit it, and most of the time the record label will submit your song to the Grammys. And there's a pool of 350 experts in their fields that make sure they are submitting to the right category. So, like I said, Eminem doesn't submit a rap song to a metal award for the Grammy, a metal nomination. So then that gets passed through, and then that goes to a pool of 13,000 voters that vote on what they think is the category, and they get 10 votes. So they can vote for 10 different songs across, I think it's 3 different categories, and then everybody gets a vote for the 5 main categories. So it's like best song, best whatever the 5 general main categories are, every one of those 13,000 gets a vote for that.
Wait,
So
is there like
it's
an academy for music?
Yeah, it's the Academy. I applied
it's
for
just
it.
called
I'm
the
waiting to
Academy?
get approved for it.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be wild if I got to vote for the Grammys?
Especially if there was like one vote difference. Not that you would probably ever find out, but
Yeah, that'd
be like
insane.
change the course of history.
And the winner is Crypt the rapper. Who the fuck is that?
Is that how you applied? You applied as Crypt the rapper?
I did. I applied. I'm waiting on a letter of recommendation. I've emailed a few people that I've worked with for letters of recommendations.
Ah.
But that's part of the requirements. You have to be like a public figure in your field for more than 7 years or something like, or 5 years. I met all of the requirements. I went over all of them. You have to have public recommendations from people already in the industry. So that's what I'm waiting on.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
Damn.
we'll see.
Okay.
See what happens.
So, let's talk about these categories. I love that you asked if he deserved to win all 5 because this is gonna make for a whole good segment in itself.
Yep.
The 2 main ones that he was going up against in my mind, and this could be me not really being too familiar with the other nominees, but the big ones were Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter and Texas Hold'em by Beyonce for Song of the Year. Man, is Not Like Us objectively better than Espresso and Texas Hold'em? Texas Hold'em is a tough one. I think it'd be closer between Not Like Us and Texas Hold'em, just because
Really?
Beyonce really went against the grain with that one.
Yeah.
Like it's really like a hoedown song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It
you could
is.
square dance. You could legitimately square dance to that song.
I mean, it's a country album. I know there was a lot of fuss about it, but it was a country album.
That also won a Grammy.
Also won a Grammy, won the biggest Grammy there is for Album of the Year.
Oh, what did Doechii win? She won Rap Album of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Rap Album of the Year. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, dude. I like Texas Hold'em. It's not a song that I really like, but I could see why it'd be big. It's like breaking boundaries, you know, for a black female artist that came from R&B to just start cranking out country records, even though it's kind of a fad, and I'm kind of over it. I got over it kind of quickly.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I think that's why a lot of people are upset is because they don't, like, that's not her thing. She's not going to make 5 country albums. It was a kind of a one-off thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, if we're going to talk about like influence, impact, sneezing on the Papadoo podcast.
Sorry.
If we're going to talk about influence and impact, cultural impact, yeah, then I would give it to Not Like Us. I would give it to Not Like Us. But it's not easy. It's not an easy decision. And
No, I don't think
Espresso
any of
isn't
the
chopped liver
categories-
either.
Yeah. Here's the
That was
thing.
the white girl anthem.
It was. And I've talked about this on the podcast before, too. Rap is not as big as we think it is. It is the 4th most popular genre of music out there. And so I even looked at the streams of all this because I asked the same question to myself, like, did he deserve it? I went through all the categories, and I've kind of already done this process. But Espresso had 1.9 billion streams. And Not Like Us just crossed 1 billion. Texas Hold'em only had 680 million. So, like, popularity-wise, Espresso was double. And the one above that was actually Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. And
Yeah,
that
I didn't
came
even
out,
mention that one.
Yeah, and that one came out later than any of them. So Billie Eilish got the most streams in the least amount of time over any of the songs. And so that was the one that I kind of leaned towards, either Song of the Year or Record of the Year. But Espresso was everywhere. I couldn't fucking go anywhere without hearing that shit. Anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I saw it
and
a
I'm
lot
talking
in
like
shorts.
Walmart, Marshalls, they had it playing in McDonald's. Like anywhere I went, fucking Espresso was there. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, Not Like Us was played everywhere, but I didn't hear it walking in Walmart. I didn't hear it walking in Marshalls. Like, I didn't hear it outside of, like, on TikTok or on my phone. Now, I think that was the big difference.
She got the Dunkin' Donuts sponsor now. She has like her own
That's crazy.
espresso. at Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, so I see her face
I bet
every
she's
time
making
I pull up.
fucking bank off that too.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. She's doing something right. She doesn't
That's
do
crazy.
reaction videos, and she doesn't have a fucking podcast with really bad hip hop takes.
Yep. Speaking of bad
But,
hip hop takes, I don't think Kendrick should have won. I think he could have either got
Speaking
Song
of
of the
bad
Year.
hip-hop.
Yeah, I don't think he should have got Song or the Year. He either should have gotten one or the other. I don't think he should have won both.
Yeah,
Between Song and Record of the Year.
So, Song of the Year, the difference between Song of the Year and the Record of the Year. Hold on, I got to think about this. Record of the Year is more about the quality of the song overall, like the technical aspects of it, I think. And I think Song of the Year is more about the melody and the beat, like the more musical elements of it.
I think Record of the Year also has to be from an album.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think that was the big difference that I saw.
No, that can't be. That can't be.
Why?
Because Not Like Us isn't on an album.
Oh. Man, Google gives me wrong information sometimes. Because I looked it up, I was like, what's the difference? And that was one of the differences.
You got to be careful with Google right now. For like the next 5 years, tread lightly on that AI automatic answer.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it from, is the AI result.
Yeah. We got to give it time to learn a little bit better. So I would look up articles and shit.
Fucking Google.
In the meantime. But yeah, so Record of the Year, that's a tough one, man. It's tough to call a song with a DJ Mustard beat and Kendrick just kind of just soloing his vocals over it a Record of the Year if we're talking about like the quality of the song, and because it's just I'm sure there's other songs that were nominees that were just way more highly produced and like way more detail oriented, more layered vocals, more busy composition. So please, that's a Sabrina Carpenter song.
Yep.
Die
Also
with a
everywhere.
Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. That was another nominee for Record of the Year. A bar song, the Shabuzi song.
Yeah, Shabuzi. Shout out Shabuzi.
So these were all
I
nominees.
think Birds of a Feather was also nominated for that as well.
Probably. Damn, I be shitting on Billie Eilish, bro. I don't put her in my notes.
Not even in the notes. It's literally the biggest song of any of the categories, and not even in the notes.
But yeah, man, you know, a bar song it feels weird because that's almost like kind of I don't want to call it a cover, but you know, it's literally called Tipsy, and he's like taking the flow from Tipsy and putting it in a bar song.
What?
You've caught that, right? One.
No, he's not.
Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Na 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 na. That's like
I
one.
don't think he
Here
meant to
comes
do
the
that.
2 to the 3 to the 4.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Da-na-na-na-na. No, he 100% meant to do that. What do
No
you
way.
mean?
I don't believe it.
What?
No.
Bro, that is a complete
You're reading too much into it.
blatant rip of Jaquan's Tipsy.
Nah.
That is like, it's written on the wall.
Jaquan, was that not Chingy that did Tipsy?
No, it's Jaquan.
What did Chingy did Hot in Here? Not Hot in Here. Fuck. Right
No,
there.
that's
what Chingy
Nelly.
did. Chingy did right there. All right, fuck you. I know what I'm talking about.
Right there. Right there.
Listen.
Right there.
The past week of dealing with the internet over this Kendrick shit has made me question my entire ability of everything. Okay? I don't want to do this anymore. Ever. This sucks. This is not fun like it used to be. Every little fucking move that I make is under a microscope. And I'm tired.
I know, dude. It is kind of crazy.
So
Aren't you happy you're married and have like a dog
Yeah.
and shit?
That's great. My dog keeps pissing in the floor. I just had to replace my entire flooring. So,
I'm here
whole
for you,
house,
man.
1,000 square foot, bottom floor. Had to replace all of it.
Best rap song was another category. By the way, what I was trying to make a point of there is I don't think he deserved Record of the Year. I think there was better technically produced, composed, mixed songs. I'm still confused about the difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think yours makes more sense than mine.
Best rap song, though.
100%.
Now, the competition wasn't really that steep either.
No.
I think the best song that he was going up against was Carnival, the Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign song.
Never even heard it.
Oh, that's a go, 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 go. She robbed me like Carnival. I done the impossible.
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
Okay. Well, that was on Vultures.
I don't listen to the Vultures projects.
I'm going to listen to them again before his next Bully album drops, but it's been a while. But I remember that. And I remember he had a song that went, the fat booty, big titty bitches don't fall out the sky, you know. Tell me how you know.
Man, creative geniuses over there.
I think it's a quote from a movie that he used in a hook. I think. Anyways, yeah, that's the song that famous song Carnival is what he beat out for that one, but it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, this is clearly the best rap song of the year.
Right.
Best rap performance. You know what? I'm not mad at him winning the Grammy for this one. I'm not.
What were the nominees for that one? Was Doechii nominated for that one?
One of the other nominees was Kendrick.
Oh yeah, with like that.
He beat himself.
That was crazy.
He's gonna diss himself next week. He's just gonna lose his fucking mind. Eminem was up there.
Houdini.
Was it for Houdini? Yeah, it was Houdini. And then Glorilla.
Get it, Glow?
Yeah, is it Yeah Glow or Get It?
Or
Glow?
Yeah, Glow, yeah.
This is a Mandela effect right now, and I don't
it's
like
Yeah
it.
Glow. Yeah, Glow.
It's Yeah Glow? Oh my God, Get It Glow though. So it sounds so appropriate.
Yeah, Glow.
Yeah Glow.
Smacking rap bitches and making bail, ho. Yeah, I got it.
Her voice is a little too deep for me. I don't really mind her music per se, but I don't know.
Have you heard the interviews that she's done? Or she's like, that's a birdiful spirit. It's crazy, dude. I thought it was a joke. You gotta
I've
find that
seen one interview where she has like a super thick accent. She's Atlanta, right? I think she's Atlanta.
I don't know where she's from. I don't know what accent that is.
Stuart, look that shit up. You know what, man?
I forget who the
Say
guy
something.
is that interviewed her. Do you remember the interview with Ray J when he's like telling a guy to break his glasses? They're unbreakable. No.
No.
All right. Well, this is
It's not Vlad, is it?
It's not Vlad. No. I can't remember that guy's name, but that's who was.
Oh,
interviewing
she's
him.
Memphis. She's from Memphis.
Memphis. That's
Oh,
right.
but this is AI. AI.
It is Memphis.
Oh no.
It
No,
is
it is
Memphis.
Memphis though. It is
But yeah,
Memphis.
she's like, you got a birdiful spirit. I can't even say it how she said it. It was so weird. And just completely non-sarcastic. That's just how she spoke.
Well, it's dope that she got nominated so early in her career. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah,
Now
I would
she-
say Kendrick won this. He was all over the place with his dynamic range and his
Mm-hmm.
playfulness and yeah. What do you think about Houdini though? Being
I don't think Houdini
nominated.
should have won that one. I definitely think Houdini should have won music video, though.
Ooh, really? Did you see the Fortnite music video? That was Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
and
that was
Post
also
Malone?
kind of it was a little too escargot for me. If that makes sense.
What the fuck does that mean? Isn't that
I mean,
that's
it's like too
snails.
refined from it's like fancy food that only rich people like to eat. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
It's like too fancy for me. It's too metaphorical, too
okay.
much.
Yeah. Over dramatic, I think, is a good way to probably put a label on that video. I reacted to that. That's crazy.
Did it do well? I'm surprised it didn't get blocked.
No, it did not do well.
Nice. Just move on past that.
Houdini was fun. Yeah, that was a fun music video, but when I went back and watched Not Like Us Today before this, because I was like, okay, let me make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was like, nah, man, this one just has the it factor. It just has the energy.
It was too. I think it was too simplistic for a music video.
But he had like a whole crowd of people, assuming they're from the Compton area, and
Yeah,
he
I mean,
kind of
that-
got a hometown thing going there.
That specific
video.
section was awesome, but it's like one frame of the video. Or it's like the very end of the video. The rest of it was in the room, and it's just, I don't know. It just felt simplistic to me.
He had a few different looks throughout the video. Wasn't he like dressed as like a professor at one point? One point he was in a hallway and it was black and white.
Or watch it.
It was free.
That was in the beginning.
It's a 6-minute video.
Wasn't that the Squabble Up preview where he was in that hallway?
Yeah. That's why it's so long.
Yeah.
Because it transitions from that to that. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that.
And then the Squabble Up video looked nothing like the preview.
That's all right.
But yeah, I just thought I was really enthralled with Eminem's music video, and just the nostalgia and the scene for scene retakes from the OG video. It's just a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah. No, I get that. Pete Davidson was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was it could have went either way because they're completely two different tastes.
Yeah.
So I guess it was whatever 13,000 people were feeling.
Yeah, I guess M's was a little more funny and just that kind of style, and Kendrick's was more appeasing to the Academy.
Yeah.
He just opened his mouth, and what do? Hand him a Grammy. Yeah. 5 of them bitches.
So many things did not age well for my guy Drake, man.
Yeah.
It was
crazy times.
You know who did age well though? Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
No context whatsoever. Because do you know what the glide is?
No, I don't think so.
It's a dance where like
this is monumental. If you're on what the fuck was I know what dance you're trying to do though. I know what you're trying to do though.
Where it looks like
terrible.
You're like gliding.
That was so awful. You at least got your point across just enough to where I could figure out what was trying to happen over there on that end of the screen. God, if you were on Spotify or Apple, you just missed a great segment there. Man. But yes, it's where your foot like floats. I've seen it, yes.
Yes. She did that in a commercial, and it was fucking dope. Because it was like Glide. Are they called Glide? I think it was Skechers that has like new Glide name for shoes or something like that. Or maybe it had nothing to do with Glide. I don't know. I was just too enthralled by watching Martha Stewart do the Glide across my plasma screen TV. My 2013 plasma screen TV.
I was going to say, is it a plasma screen? They haven't made those in like 10 years.
Yeah.
But
my uncle gave it to me.
They're heavy as shit.
Bro! Yes! And it's mounted to the wall.
Those things are like 75 pounds. People don't understand. Yeah. Like everybody's got these LED TVs now that are like 15 pounds. Those original flat screen plasmas, you could kill somebody with those things.
Yeah, bro.
A 40-inch plasma weighs like 100 pounds, and that's no joke.
My uncle brought it over one day and was like, hey, first he called like, hey, you want a TV? I was like, oh yeah, I know his TV in his living room. Hell yeah, I want that. He's like, yeah, sure. I didn't realize how fucking heavy it was.
Yeah.
But it got mounted to the wall. But anyways, there was another Super Bowl ad where Seal was a seal. That was, did you see any Super Bowl ads?
I don't remember any of them. I remember the Budweiser with the female Clydesdale horse. But I missed the entire first quarter because, like I said, my brother-in-law had a baby, and we were visiting the baby, and I was driving an hour to my wife's family's house. So I was listening to the first quarter of the Super Bowl as I was driving. I didn't really get to watch it. And then we were fixing buffalo chicken dip during the thing. And then, like, by the time I really got to sit down and watch it, there was 2 minutes left before halftime. And then halftime happened, and I was really intent on listening to that and watching that. And then I spent the last part of the game in the nail biter game looking at Twitter.
Yeah, bro.
So I missed a lot of commercials.
I actually missed a lot too, but I watched some in the first half. Well, I watched all of the first half because I was holding out hope. You know what I mean? I should have listened to Kendrick during the halftime show, and he was like, turn his TV. Damn, we haven't even talked about the Kendrick halftime show yet.
I know, 50 minutes in.
That's crazy. But yeah, Seal was a seal. Martha Stewart did the glide, and then there was a really funny Fast and Furious commercial, but not really. Vin Diesel was riding down. I'm pretty sure it was the West Coast Highway. About to fight myself. The one that has the fucking Pacific Highway, I think it's called, where Malibu, is on. Yeah. Anyways, he was driving down the coast, really slow, convertible with a girl next to him, like really relaxed. Ludacris pulls up and was like, "Yo, man, whatever happened to like going fast or something like that?" And I forget what Vin Diesel said, something along the lines of, "Not this time, man." And then it said, "Not so fast, not so furious, Haagen-Dazs."
Ice cream?
Ice cream.
An ice cream commercial. That's interesting, I guess.
It kind of made me want Haagen-Dazs, but that shit's expensive, bro.
Yeah, Ben & Jerry's are just great value brand. There's several options to go with.
Fucking love Ben & Jerry's, dude. I love Ben & Jerry's. Do you have a favorite flavor?
I'm a cookies and cream guy.
We're big on the churro flavor in this house.
Whoa.
Yep. It's called Churray for Churro.
Churray for churros. Nice.
Yeah, that's the name of it. But
you know what's sad?
Yeah,
there was
man, I
one
don't know.
commercial that my wife and I were really holding out for the whole night was Universal Studios because we love going to that theme park. And they're opening up a new theme park in May. We have tickets to go. It's called Epic Universe. And we waited the whole night trying to watch that commercial, and it never happened. And as we were leaving, after the game was over, one of my family members came running out. He was like, "Hey, the commercial's on." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding? Like, literally, we've been here for 5 hours. Why would they play the commercial after the game? That was weird." But we missed
what's
the
the theme? What's the theme for Epic? Epic
there's
what?
a lot of themes. Epic Universe.
Epic
There's a lot of
Universe? So
themes.
is it like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Harry Potter world. There is a Universal Monsters world, so like Frankenstein, Dracula, stuff like that. There's a How to Train Your Dragon world, and then there is a Super Nintendo world. And there's also a Celestial Park in the middle that has a dope-ass roller coaster. It's going to be crazy.
Super Nintendo world sounds.
Yeah, there's a Mario Kart
amazing.
ride. There's a Donkey Kong roller coaster.
What?
Bro.
What?
Man, I can't wait to go. We're going in May. And I even emailed them trying to get a part of their media team so I can make vlogs and stuff there. And they denied me. But maybe one day.
Is it in Orlando?
Yeah.
And they denied you? Little bitch
They
ass
denied me.
motherfucking.
For the time
pussy
being,
ass.
they said they would keep me in mind, but they did deny me. Sad
Damn,
times.
dude.
Yeah.
At least you shoot your shots.
I shot it. I was really sad about that.
Sometimes shots have to be taken.
I have spent way more money than I would like to admit going down to Orlando. We're literally season pass holders. That's how much we go.
Damn.
Good times.
Yeah, it does seem like every day you're like, yo, I can't do
Speaking
this.
of season passes, a certain season just ended. The football season. You know what happened at the end of this football season? There was a halftime show. You know who performed at that halftime show?
Drake!
SZA.
Wait, who?
That's SZA. Yeah.
That's technically true. Kendrick Lamar making more history.
Crazy.
Becomes the first solo rap act for a halftime show.
Yeah.
At the Super Bowl. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah. It reminds me of like these roller coaster parks that like claim the world's fastest roller coaster in the Northeast in this specific zip code. Like the list just keeps getting shorter and shorter or longer and longer of,
No, it's the
things
way
that
I
they are the
presented
first
it.
at doing. Yeah.
It's the way I presented it. It's a very pristine
It is. It really
accomplishment. Yeah. And I love. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. 'Cause we haven't talked about it at all.
At all. That's what a podcast is for, talking about this. Let's go.
We had a lot of predictions going into it, and we were all wrong about what he opened up with.
Yeah.
I
was
mentioned Squabble Up briefly, like I think when we talked about it, I was like, I think he's gonna start with, or I wasn't definitive. I think it was like, well, he might start with a DJ Mustard type of track or whatever. Which I think Squabble Up, Peekaboo, and Hey Now are all DJ Mustard, but I could be wrong about that. I never looked up those production credits, but anyways, maybe they're not. Shit, I don't know. Did Stewart leave for the day? Fuck, he left. Shit.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's talk about this first song, because when it first started, I was kind of like, wait a minute. Uh-oh. I don't know this song. I'm confused right now. I'm really confused right now. I was like, this performance, I'm not going to be able to relate to it in terms of my level of fandom with Kendrick Lamar, which is kind of newborn a little bit. You know, if you remember a few years ago, you were trying to convince me to listen to Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
Because I wasn't really tapped in like that. So, but yeah, so this song was actually, I guess the fans call it either Tiramisu or Body for Body or something like that. They just kind of just give it a code name for now because it's an unreleased song.
Yeah. It was the snippet that he put out when he announced GNX. Like, he put the snippet out, and then an hour later, the album came out.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know about that. I just knew about the album coming out. I remember waking up and seeing people post a picture of him next to the car. It was like, new Kendrick. I was like, all right, he dropped a new song. That was random. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, shit, he dropped a whole album?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I even said that in my reaction. I was like, that was such a weird song to open with, because you think about, I look at it as a concert, because that's what it is. At a concert, you're going to open with one of your biggest songs, and then you're going to close with one of your biggest songs. I feel like it's a standard thing to do.
You would think, but of course he had a whole message wrapped into this whole thing. Or let's just call it a theme, because I can't really tell you exactly what the message is. I haven't really dissected it that much. I've watched it 2.5 times, I guess. Well, I've kind of watched it more than that because I had to edit the fucking video all day. So I guess I've seen it more than that. Oh, let me premise this by saying this before we go on. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes, everybody. Don't worry. But I got spoiled, unfortunately, about this halftime show before it happened.
How's that?
There was a picture leaked of the stage with all the button controllers on it. And Samuel L. Jackson was mentioned in the leak. And the track list. And the whole track
so you
list.
just got straight spoiled.
Yeah, and then I read all the comments. This is on Facebook. And I read all the comments. Not all the comments. That would have took a while. I read some of the comments, and they were like, this shit is fake. This is the fakest thing I've ever seen. Or if you're going to try to leak something, at least make it look real and stuff. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's not like he's going to do Euphoria Man at the Garden. Like, this is just some fan that put this together.
Yep.
But when it happened, I was like, oh, no. Like, every song that played was like a dagger because it was just proving everything right. Well, after I saw the stage, I was like, oh, GG's. It's over. Yeah. But, yeah, I liked it. I liked the way he opened up with that unreleased track. I want to call it Body for Body. I want to go with Body for Body. How do we feel about that for the title of the song?
Maybe just Body.
Just Body?
Body.
Okay. I just like in the song.
Or
It goes,
masseuse.
we could
Let's
go body
go
for body
random.
up at the phone.
Yep.
Sitting on top of the GNX, the Black Grand National, as he put it. Pretty dope. Pretty cool way to start it off. My man performed
the
on
clown
5
car
stages.
thing. Yeah, the whole clown car thing was cool.
Did a lot of people come out of that car?
There was like 30. Every dancer came out of that car. Literally every dancer on the screen came out of that car.
Yo, I never thought about where they came from.
Every single one of them. Not even exaggerating. 50. Like, it was all during that first song. Like every time
How did I not catch this?
It's like every time a hi-hat hit, there was another body that came out of the car.
Is it when he was rapping on top of it?
Yes.
Maybe I was just so fixated on the boogeyman himself I just didn't even
my
see
God.
like these people
That's
just
all I was
flying out of this
fixated on
car.
I was like, how the fuck are that many people coming out of that? And then I could see I thought there was a mirror underneath it that was reflecting and doing like eye tricks, but they just had the stage raised up underneath it, and then they cut the bottom of the car out, so everybody's just piling it out of the car. But quite literally 25, at least, people came out of that Grand National. And
Bro,
you somehow
how did I
just missed
miss
it
this?
completely. Man, what a
It's
shitty
weird how the
reaction
human
channel
brain
you
works. I know. Well, anyways,
And just pile on to what you've dealt with today.
did Squabble Up grow on you after this performance?
I mean, I've always kind of liked it. And I thought it's one of my favorite songs from that album.
I'm thinking about Peekaboo. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Peekaboo. I just don't like what they talking about. They talking about no. What they talking about? What they talking about? No. I don't like that part. I'm still
All that shit is
not a
growing
fan
on
of
me. But
All of it?
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah.
I need you to talk about Squabble Up.
Yeah, I mean, I love the stomping effect that they did throughout that. I don't know if you kind of caught that. They did it throughout the whole performance. That was pretty sick that they did that. I think he performed it a little too long, though. He did the entire first verse, and it felt like a long time compared to all the other songs.
That was probably my biggest gripe overall with his performance altogether. Is some songs I think he stretched out a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And the attention, and it just made things start to sound a little bit dry in certain parts. But it's because it's different than when you're listening to it on a record or listening to it when you're driving around in your car or something like that. Like it was, and I give credit to him for this, but there was no background dubs or anything like that in his vocals. It was him on the mic. Just for the main lines, at least for the main lines, he was just him just spitting his verses straight up, like raw, like as if he was doing it at a fucking dive bar or something like that.
Yeah, just
you
like
know
an
what
open
I mean?
mic
Like,
night.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that aspect of it. I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because it made things seem underproduced, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like that too, and I've seen a lot of people say like his breath control was really good. I thought it was solid for a performance aspect.
Yeah, he had little hiccups or whatever, some parts where he sounded a little gassed, but he performed on 5 different stages.
Yeah, I mean, he was moving.
So I'll give it to him.
That's what happens when you move around. You fucking get out of breath. I mean,
yeah.
I get it.
There's a specific song where he actually really started to cut his words off short just so he would have enough time to do his breaths. It might have been
when he was at the light pole and like people were crouched around him.
Maybe. I don't think that's the one.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
I thought it was Peekaboo.
Peekaboo, he was in the X.
Damn, your memory's good. I don't know, but that's just one of his techniques. I think we don't have to really press that too much.
Yeah. As far as
Humble
goes,
though.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say as far as Squabble goes,
ahead.
and then we'll move past it. I think he should have cut it off after the female like, "It got the music, it make you dance." Like that part, I think he should have cut off after that because that's like that snippet got played so much, people wanting that song to be released for so long. That's what everybody knows about it. And then, like I said, that verse, he played the whole verse and then went to the chorus again. It was just a long time. Long time.
I would have gave it a 4 bars or so after that part, probably, or something like that to keep shit moving. Playing Humble next was the right move.
Great
for
move.
sure. Humble, then DNA in succession because
that was my favorite part of the whole thing.
DNA?
Yeah, the transition from Humble to DNA.
Oh, okay. Humble was the only time that hold on, I gotta think about this. It was one. I think it was one of the only times they used live instruments during this performance.
Oh,
and it was just on the boom, boom, da 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 da, boom, boom, like that build up there, because they had a drum set doing the kick and the crash, the psh, psh, da 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 da, and then electric guitars or whatever. But then it just went to the straight up instrumental after that. yeah, I thought we were gonna start getting a little bit more live instruments, but he kept it the raw instrumental the whole way through.
Yeah. I feel like he kind of missed out on that because he has a lot of really bass-heavy songs that could have done great with some drums. I mean, I love live drum performance with rap songs. I think it makes it so good.
Especially when it's like a live, and it makes it like a live version.
Yeah.
That's like, feels like you're experiencing something a little bit more special.
Yeah.
These are the type of things that I think rubbed people the wrong way for people that disliked this halftime show, because it probably sounded flatter than a lot of other halftime shows. For us that are fans of these songs and have been bumping these songs now for a while, we were like, holy shit, this is amazing. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's how I was a little fanboy watching all this go down. I don't know about you, how it was rubbing you, but
yeah, the audio was quiet where I was listening to it. And I think I've seen people say that too, that his audio was quiet compared to the actual vocals. When I reacted to the video from YouTube, it seemed fine. But live in the moment, when I was watching it on the TV, it was definitely, there was something going on where he was super quiet.
Wait, you said his audio was quieter than his vocals?
His vocals were quieter than the instrumentals. Like he was kind of buried.
Yeah. At some parts, yes. At some parts, yeah. And obviously that could quickly take a listener out of it when that happens, because it kind of like ruins the flow of the whole vibe. DNA, that's when he started running across the football field, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like doing long strides while rapping. That's when I started to notice the breath control had to be ramped up a little bit for him.
Yeah. Did you notice that he messed up his lyrics?
No. Messed them up?
Yeah. So he repeated a line twice. And I noticed that in my reaction today. But, like, I think that's the dope part about it is, like, you didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it the first time that I listened to it. During DNA, he says, was Yoshua's new weapon twice. He says it back to back. And you can see it in his face that he realized he accidentally said it, and he just kind of kept it going. So, was born like this, transformed like this, was Yoshua's new weapon. He said that
this
twice.
Makes me like the performance now even more.
Yeah, said it back to back. That's a skilled performer to mess up like that, and people don't even realize it.
Not sweat, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's literally the world's biggest stage. That used to be one of my biggest fears whenever I would perform, is that people that knew my songs would know that I fucked up. And be like, this guy's a fucking amateur, and it would kill me. But then you see Kendrick do it in front of the biggest stage he'll ever perform at, and they just kept it moving. And literally 95% of the people probably don't even know that he messed up.
That's crazy. I need to go back and watch that.
The reason I know he messed up is, like I said, because I'm super analytical when it comes to doing reaction videos.
I used to mess up a lot, and I would have to do the worst thing possible to recover. Freestyle. Till I got back on track. Which is usually when the hook came in. So it was like, I remember
cock, rock.
I remember specifically my boy that was like playing a managerial role for me at the time. I remember one specific performance and seeing his face when he knew that I messed up. He went, he just sat down and walked away.
Man, what a great fucking supportive guy you had with you.
Just threw his arms up and walked away because he knew I fucked up. He was so tired of my shit.
That is so funny.
So, yeah, bro. Euphoria was the next song that played, and I was not expecting it. Probably because when I think of Euphoria, for whatever reason, I think of the sample part in the beginning more than anything first.
Yeah.
So that's what sticks out to me. So I was like, Euphoria. Like, why the fuck would you perform that at the Super Bowl?
You forget about the hype part in the last part of the song.
I do.
Which I think was also a DJ Mustard thing.
That's not a DJ Mustard beat. Not that
Is it
one.
not?
No. It sounds
he
nothing
didn't do the
like
second half of
something
that?
he would do. No. I stand on this.
Okay.
I stand on this.
I got you. I'll let you have
it. If I'm wrong, I'll edit the episode. God, can't believe I just said that. No, never mind.
Produced by Cardo and Curo. Was additional work
Cardo?
from
Cardo got wings?
Yeah. Johnny Giuliano, Soundwave.
Johnny Giuliano. I could hear that a little bit, bro, with those brass. The way that brass is and some of those drum choices, that does sound a little Johnny Giuliano.
Well,
Johnny Giuliano! Do you remember that?
Man, what a producer nerd you are. I didn't know a single fucking name that I read off, and you're like, oh!
You were just like, Cardo, Johnny Giuliano.
Like, fucking Johnny
I'm
Giuliano.
over here.
Yo, wasn't one of your
fucking
notes
mind.
from the podcast not to yell? You just fucking.
Oh, yeah. And don't make a jerk off gesture either. But
Yeah, that was also on there. You just got to have it.
Man at the Garden is not a song I would have expected him to do.
Nah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I think it really brought it down a little too much.
Yeah. I think he did that because he himself is a huge fan of that song.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done interviews where he said like how much of a fan he is of that song. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say his Apple Music interview.
Yeah.
I think he specifically said, like, I want people to hear this one.
Yeah.
You know, so, or this one needs to be heard. So,
yeah, it was
it was a standout to me when I heard it on the album. We talked about this. But
yeah, it was a cool song. But it's not a
show?
halftime show. Yeah, it's not a halftime show song. And it was kind of used as a bridge to go from the heavier, like, hardcore, bouncy stuff like DNA, Humble, Squabble Up, like all those songs to transfer over to the SZA songs, the slower songs.
I would agree with that, but he did Peekaboo after that.
Did he do Peekaboo right after that?
Yeah. He did Peekaboo after that.
Oh.
And
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's just a
when
weird
Samuel
fit. It didn't
Jackson
even make
came
sense.
out and said, "Too ghetto," or something like that. No, because after Man at the Garden,
no,
he said the
Man
homies.
in the Garden. Yeah.
You
Man in the
lose
Garden was
one
after
life. No. You might be right.
Stuart.
I'm tired of this shit, man.
I'm almost certain.
Y'all need to take some notes.
almost certain
Bro,
Man in the Garden came after.
It's tough to remember, bro. This is less than 24 hours ago now. So whatever. But yeah, they did kind of a harmony, snap your fingers, acapella group. There we go. Acapella group type of style for
Hey,
Man at the Garden.
You're right.
Was I right?
You're right.
Okay. But yeah, but what you said I think would have been a little bit more justified.
Yeah. So like I said, it just makes it make even less sense now that it was tossed right there.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
what
as
ran
a-
through my mind when you proposed what you said. I was like, oh yeah, that would have made sense. And I started to question myself, but I didn't show it.
And like he's still kind of rapping, not at a quick pace, but like there's no breaks in that for rapping. So like it was right after DNA and all that stuff where he is out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
It just the placement was weird. The song choice was weird. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But I've never made a song that has over 10 million streams. What the fuck do I know?
You gotta assume he just knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Peekaboo grew on me a little bit more. By the way, my kid was fucking dancing to Peekaboo when that played. I thought that was hilarious.
That's cool.
This is the most I'm gonna mention him on here. But yeah.
So when Kendrick makes a song with the nursery rhyme, it's fucking badass. It gets played at the Super Bowl. But when I do it, I'm the corny white dude.
Bro, that's the hill we gotta climb in hip hop.
Next song I'm making is Hickory Dickory Dock.
Could be fire. Luther played next. I thought this one sounded really good live.
Yeah, I thought he was lip syncing at first because it sounded so true to the album. But then when
He could have been.
like when he did the little run with fire at the end,
Yeah.
it sounded different. So I was like, oh,
He
maybe
could
he's
have
not
been.
lip syncing.
He could have been, but I'm gonna give it to his team. PG Lang was the production team behind this whole thing. That's his specific production team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say they had the technology necessary to get him that auto tune that he needed for his singing parts. But it sounded really good live. And now you're making me suspicious if that was lip synced. I'm not gonna deduct points for that, like Samuel Jackson, fucking asshole, deducting points from my boy
one
Kendrick.
life.
Fuck are you doing, man? Leave him alone. He's out here working hard, performing for millions of people. I'm going too hard on Samuel Jackson right now.
Yeah. Don't do that.
but
Sam's
yeah.
a goat. I thought SZA sounded great live.
Yeah, incredible. Specifically on All the Stars, because she went up to a different range for some of her notes during the hook that she doesn't hit during the
That's always fun.
recorded song. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan when artists do that sometimes. I don't like when they do it all the time because then it kind of changes how the audience interacts with the song because they feel like they can't sing along with you. But when it's short like that, it's impressive. And I think she sounded great.
Do you think there was anything to unwrap between the blue and the red that Kendrick and SZA was wearing?
I mean, it could be the gang affiliation stuff.
I never want to jump to that just because it's like, oh, West Coast rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He talks about gang stuff sometimes, like tough upbringing. He's from Compton. Oh, she's wearing red, he's wearing blue. This must be about the two coming together. I never want to jump to that because maybe there's more layers than that. Yeah. But
I mean, you can even see like some of the backup dancers, you know, they're all dressed in blue, red, and white for the America stuff, but a lot of them had, I mean, face coverings, like gang coverings. Like I feel like that was definitely part of it. And even in like the Squabble Up music video, he's got Bloods and Crips coming together in that. So it's I definitely think that's part of the metaphor of it.
Gotcha. Okay. All the Stars, by the way, is the song that I wanted him to perform the most at this show. Because
the thing almost has 2 billion streams.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked it up the other day when I was like trying to figure out what songs he might do. I was like, okay, he's probably gonna do his most popular shit. And he kind of did. I guess he kind of did because he did Humble DNA and All the Stars. But yeah, that one played at the end of Black Panther when that movie came out. And I remember being in the theater hearing that and being like, oh my God, this song is so fucking dope. So yeah, that one's special to me because I'm a Marvel fan.
Nerd.
Anyways, the next one he played is the one that we were debating about for a while on whether he would do it or not. And I'm glad that we weren't the only ones talking about this either. A lot of people were like, it was like spoiling a movie for somebody if you found out that he was going to do this ahead of time.
Right.
Because he was pump faking it. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Of course.
He knew exactly what the people were waiting for.
Yeah.
So I kept pump faking.
Exactly. I thought that was super smart. And I was like watching this in the living room at my my wife's parents' house, and like all I could hear was that beat start to play. I was like, "Oh, shut up! Everybody, shut up! He's about to play it." And then he's just like, "No, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit." Like I couldn't hear any of the interaction between him and the girls at that part. I just heard the beat. Yeah. I was like, "Everybody, shut up!" And then he just fucking went to Luther, one of my least favorite songs. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
This is what you wanted, Crypt? Yeah, yeah, the pump fakes. But when he did Euphoria, no, okay, there's a lot of hints he dropped that he was gonna do Not Like Us. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but saying, the revolution's televised. They picked the right place, but the wrong time. Guy. Yeah, wrong guy. I was like, he might do it. He might do it. Then during Euphoria, just the fact that he did Euphoria, I think that made me be like, okay, he's probably going to do it then. Then obviously the dead giveaway was when
the real
pump fake. Did he say the sue line? They like to sue during the pump fake or right before doing the actual song?
It was during the pump fake. He said, "I want to play their favorite song, but you know they like to sue."
Oh yeah, bro, that was.
I said, "What song?" Bam, 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 pump. Yeah, that song.
That's when my jaw dropped when he said that. I was like, "Okay, we're not holding back." At all.
And just the looks that he was giving directly into the camera, like you knew it was gonna happen.
Say Drake. And he was like, just smile.
Just fucking right in their face. So wild, man,
bro. Say Drake.
It's like he was just looking down, waiting for that, and it was like, just look right over.
Exactly. It was choreographed so good, dude. It was choreographed so good all the way throughout. He drew the line at pedophile, by the way.
He did draw the line. I know we talked about that, and I thought maybe he would kind of hold the mic out to the crowd and let them say pedophile. But it was kind of like a mixture. He had the scream ad lib in the background. He'd had that scream happen a few times throughout the performance.
Face! Or was it something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. But, everybody was saying that shit. God.
But I like when it was a certified lover boy, certified pedophile, but he took that as a moment to have like lights flash or whatever, and for him to like get all hype.
Yeah.
He did some kind of hype movement or whatever, and it was like bum 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 bum. Or oh man, it was done really well.
Wop. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, wop 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 wop.
Yeah.
And then A minor, bro. Everybody, it's weird because when you look at that crowd, when you see like stories, Instagram stories, TikToks of people actually in the crowd at that game, you wouldn't think that's the crowd that's gonna yell out A minor at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
But they did.
They did it. And dude,
also, you know what went over my head? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm almost like 1,000% sure the stadium amplified the stadium mics during that specific part of the performance. Like they had it all muted out throughout the whole time, and then that happened. They wanted everybody to hear the A minor.
That could be another theory I have. Is there's a recording?
You think it was piped in?
Built into the instrumental, yeah, to have it, just to push it out a little bit more.
Yeah,
just to push it out a little bit more.
It could have been from the Pop Out concert. That would have been the perfect time to take the recording from.
There you go. That's the one.
Somebody
from the video,
needs to
right?
analyze that. They need to take the sound waves from that and the Pop Out concert and see if they're the same. You know,
yeah.
What a discovery we might have just had right there. Breaking news. Kendrick pipes in the A minor audio.
It's a theory.
That's a theory.
But I haven't seen any personal videos of anybody at the actual show.
Yeah. Probably
in the
because most
audience.
people we know are not wealthy enough to go to the fucking Super Bowl.
No, you would think they should just be viral videos of anybody. Like my video of me at LeBron's 40,000 point game or whatever, or the one where he beat Kareem or where he took over the scoring record. I have a video of me in the bleachers there, and that has like 40,000 views or whatever, and it's just a random video I posted. Like, you know, so those type of videos should just get traction automatically. But I've been purposely avoiding the internet, avoiding seeing people's opinions on this halftime show as much as I can before this podcast, because I didn't want my thoughts diluted.
That's
or
nice.
My personal opinions diluted. Yeah.
Sweet. So, well, I want to know. So now that we've kind of given a synopsis of the show, what was your like
TV
overall?
off.
Oh,
Mustard!
sorry, TV off. yeah, we finished with TV off. I apologize.
I love how DJ Mustard came out and was like
That was
vibing
sick.
with Kendrick. That shit just looked cool. I was looking to see if he had Heinz on his jacket. He didn't.
He didn't.
It was
He
just
had
a
the American
yellow
flag
jacket.
patches backwards on his thing.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Anyways,
Kendrick turned
go
the
ahead.
TV off at the end of the show.
Yep.
So.
By the way, last thing I just want to say, hold your thought. The whole Black Uncle Sam thing, to me, I interpreted that as like because Uncle Sam is like considered or is like a symbol for the white man, the oppressive white man, right? Would you agree with that?
No.
No?
I mean, it is in like certain communities, but like Uncle Sam is just America. Like that's what it is.
Just a symbol for America in general?
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be.
Black Uncle Sam to me seemed like black people taking the power back type thing. I kind of interpreted it like that, so I thought that was really cool. Plus, who the fuck doesn't love Samuel L. Jackson? So
Yeah. Samuel L. as Uncle Sam was a nice touch.
yeah. A little cheesy. But how can it not be when you're wearing that fucking outfit?
Yeah, I mean, he's meant to look like the Uncle Sam propaganda picture.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack with that halftime show, and
There is.
I'm gonna definitely watch theory videos and stuff. Maybe watch that guy Crypt, see what he found out.
Well, I don't know if I'll fucking do one if they don't. You know, they blocked my shit.
A minor chain too. That's what I missed.
No,
That's
not a
a big
fucking
one
A
that I
minor
missed.
change. God, it's a PG
What?
Lane chain. That's what it is.
It's
That is
PG.
the logo.
Really?
Yes, that is the logo for PG Lane.
It wasn't A minor.
No, people are trying to make it an A minor thing, and that's what irritates me so much about the internet sometimes. And I read tweets like that, and I wonder, like, is this what people think when they listen to some of my videos? Because this is fucking annoying. where it's like, no, you don't get it, bro. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
double
of course.
entendre. It's the PG Lang logo, but it's also a little A for A minor. It's like, man, is that what I sound like? Because I just kind of want to off myself if that's true.
Really? That's their logo, huh?
That is their logo. That is the PG Lang logo.
Wow. Well, that's really cool.
I think your mic
You
is
know
kinda-
what? That isn't A minor because it's a different type of A
Yeah,
in sheet music.
it is.
Wow. It doesn't have the stem on the top.
Right.
It would have just the circle with the little stem at the bottom. Wow. Wow. Mind blown. Okay.
Mind blown.
Thank God for Crypt.
I'm
now,
here.
what was the question you
I'm
were going to
white.
ask 5 minutes ago?
I was just saying, like, now that you've kind of listened, or we've done the synopsis, you've avoided the internet. What are your initial thoughts on the show? Like, I guess give me a ranking out of 10. I know you don't like doing that, but I need a
I
definitive
can
number.
do it.
Yeah. What do you give it?
Probably not as high as you think. I mean, Not Like Us was a really big highlight of it, and it was kind of like building up to that. I think when I watched it for the first time, I almost had a skewed perspective of the show because that was like the big question I was ready to have answered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just kind of waiting for that the whole time, so it's hard to pay attention to the rest of it.
Right. It's like watching Avengers Endgame. Like you
Right.
know everybody's gonna come back, but you're just fucking
Like,
waiting
when the fuck
until
is it
it
gonna
happens.
happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
You give a shit with what Paul Rudd's doing right now. I need the fucking people to come back.
That's not true, by the way. That's not true. It's a great movie. But yeah, when I really think about it, I mean, I give him points personally for it being a little bit underproduced because that's just what it's like when you're performing as a solo rapper on stage and all you got is you and your mic and the instrumental in the background. You know, so I don't want to deduct points for that, for him not using live instruments or whatever, if that's not what he was feeling. There's a lot of messages to unpack in terms of like the symbolism and stuff that went well over my head. But all in all, I think I would give this, but it's still just one guy. Like, he was holding it down. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating for it.
Okay. Very fair. I think I gave it a 6.5 or a 6 out of 10 the first
I was
time
leaning
that I
towards
listened to it.
6.5, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I know
I liked
Kendrick's going
it
to watch this,
more-
and I don't want to, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a second. I liked it more than Rihanna's show last year. I liked it more than the Maroon 5
Was it
show a
Rihanna
few
last
years
year or
ago.
was it Usher last year?
Oh, it was Usher last year. Rihanna was the year before that.
Dude, this is happening too fast.
It is way
I don't
too
like
fast. Wow. See, that's the thing is like I liked Usher's, but I don't remember it. So maybe it wasn't that good.
I remember Yeah being performed.
Yeah. Yeah, and Lil Jon.
And
Yeah,
I
because
remember
Lil
him
Jon
feeling
was
up
crowd
on Alicia
surfing,
Keys.
and Lil Jon had a concert in my hometown like 2 days after that, and it got canceled for low ticket sales.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Damn.
But yeah, it wasn't my favorite by any means. I like the Dr. Dre one way better. I like the Prince one, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I like those a lot more. It was just way. Do you remember when Red Hot Chili Peppers and Bruno Mars did their thing? Like Bruno Mars was going crazy on the drums. It was wild.
I don't remember.
I don't even remember whose halftime show that was. I just remember both of them rocking out together. I think it was Red Hot
It had to
Chili
be
Peppers
Bruno Mars.
halftime. No, I think
No,
it was
had
Red
to
Hot
be
Chili
Bruno
Peppers.
Really? How long ago was this?
This is probably leaning 6-7 years ago.
Wow. I remember Justin Timberlake.
Yep, everybody remembers Janet Jackson's titty popping out.
Yeah. Well, no, this is after that. Didn't he do it again? Or didn't he do it?
No.
Wasn't that Janet Jackson's show? Or was that Justin Timberlake's show? We're talking way back now.
Yeah, we were fucking kids. I think that was Justin Timberlake's show.
Okay. Man.
I don't think
That's a
Janet Jackson
throwback.
had enough hits to do a halftime Super Bowl show.
What is the point that we were trying to make here?
We were just talking about, like, I guess comparing it to other halftime shows, because some people are saying it's the worst show that they've ever seen. I've seen a lot of people say that. And then I've seen a handful of people saying it's the best show they've ever seen. And I just wanted to negate both of those.
I think, because he was taking a lot of pride in that interview saying PG Lang was the team behind the halftime show production and stuff like that. So I think it's possible that this might have been the smallest manned team for a halftime show in a while. Because I think he said it was like a 30-man team or something like that. Mm-hmm. So there is that aspect of it. But man, it was just a different flavor. I don't know. I've been listening to these songs. Like, these are songs that I've been playing in the car, like, ever since me and you started talking about GNX more on the show and stuff like that. Like, it like gets more in my brain, and I just turn it on, or sometimes my phone just decides what I'm listening to for my ride. And a lot of times it's like you're listening to Kendrick today. I don't know why it does that. It kind of creeps me out. Every time I turn on the car, it's just like turns on a random Kendrick song. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's that UMG.
But
they're doing it. That's why Drake's suing them.
But yeah, I don't know, man. First solo rapper to headline a Super Bowl halftime show. Like, I don't know. As somebody who's performed before and just had just the mic and my voice and the instrumental in the background, something that's as sentimental value to me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm with you. I did see on my personal Facebook, like, a lot of people were bitching about this show. A lot.
Yeah.
And, but I think there's a story behind it, and I want to unwrap it and see what I missed in that aspect of it, and maybe it'll make me appreciate it more.
Yeah. There's definitely, I watched it first time. I didn't react to it or like record myself watching it for the first time because I was with my family. But I missed a lot of things because, there's conversations happening, so I'm not really glued to the TV or anything like that. So when I reacted to it early this morning when it was still fresh, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that was happening. Like, I didn't catch any of the game stuff that was happening. I saw Game Over at the very end. But earlier, there's like there's the loading screen up at the top. There is start here and the arrow. There's warning, wrong way. Like, there's a lot of game metaphors in that, and he's like progressing throughout the levels. There's a lot of stuff that I noticed in my reaction today, and it gets me excited to break it down even more and get super in depth and analytical if I'm allowed to. I'm still debating on even thinking about trying to work on that video.
Well,
here's my
you're gonna post it
on my Patreon.
I was gonna shout you out.
Okay.
I was gonna shout you out.
For anybody that's made it this far, I created a Patreon 2 minutes before this podcast started. I have no idea how it's working, but Joey's gonna teach me how to make it happen. I'm gonna post all my videos there and all the unedited stuff. But I do want to say this in regards to like the public perception of Kendrick is, that I've been a Kendrick fan for a while. Like you mentioned earlier, like I kind of tried to get you into him a few years ago. And like, I kind of miss that era. I miss liking him on my own. I hate now that everybody is telling me I have to like him. Like, they're force feeding him down my fucking throat. And it almost makes me resent him and like even seeing his name anymore. Does that, do you understand that?
No, I 100% understand that.
Okay.
This is a little left field, but no, this happens when I react to a lot of people, because usually when I do a reaction video and I'm listening to something, I'm excited. Mm-hmm. Like, there's some adrenaline rush about it. You know what I mean? Listening to something for the first time and just being like, yo, this is this is cool because they're doing that, da-da-da-da. And then once those comments start coming in, being like, yo, you don't know this about this person, you missed this about, how do you not know this about this person? I'm like, God damn, you're making me not want to enjoy this artist anymore. Like, I do get that. That happened a lot with like K-pop stuff when I started reacting to that at the beginning of my YouTube reaction career. But
it takes the fun out of it.
I get that. It does.
And
it does.
I guess I want to pose the question for people that do that. If any of them are
let's do that.
Like,
what the fuck is wrong with you? Huh?
Like, what is your goal?
Get your
what
dick out of your face and fucking feed your dog.
Yeah, bitch.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Very similar.
Okay.
Probably a different scenario. I was gonna say though, like, what is your purpose of doing that? What are you trying to get out of that? Because all you are doing is making me resent listening to Kendrick and reacting to him and putting him out on my platform. And I really like him, and I've always liked him. But because, like, do I not like him enough You've watched 100 reaction videos, and then you come to mine, you listen to the song a million times, and then you want to look smart in front of people. I just don't understand the process that people, like, what they think about when they make comments like that.
I think it's got to be the second thing you said, just wanting to feel good. I think it's a insecurity thing, subconsciously. I'm not saying they're sitting there. I don't think people sit there and be like, I want to feel good about myself. Let me do this. I'm sure it's all subconscious actions. You know what I mean? But
yeah. And then I really hate the race baiting comments too. Like, we're white, so we wouldn't understand.
We're not white. We're Caucasian.
When did that happen? But seriously though, like, if you just go back and look, like, you and I have done so much more for hip hop than any of these people could even think about doing. With spreading these reactions and, like, even the music that we've made, the influences that we have. And it really does blow my mind. And I guess I needed to vent about that because it hits harder more than anything when the Kendrick stuff happens. I don't really feel it like that when I react to, I've been reacting to some Hops and stuff lately. I've reacted to some Tech Nine stuff, like LL Cool J, like some of these different rappers. And I don't get that kind of feeling for that. But when it comes to Kendrick and, like, everybody's hopping on the board right now, I guess because it's against Drake, that it's made it really not fun for me. And that's why I quit reacting to the album, too. I only made it through, like, 4 tracks of GNX, and then I quit reacting to it because of that.
Damn.
It's like, I hate when you mention I have 1 million subscribers, but it's like you got a 1 million subscriber page promoting this album and, like, trying to show it off to more people. But now I don't want to do it anymore because you fuck faces.
I understand it firsthand, man. All the comments that we get about, wanting to be black and stuff like that. By the way, if you know how to become black, please tell me. Yeah,
it'd be great. It'd take away a lot of the problems we have.
Like, I know. Take away a lot of the problems. My wife would probably like me more, too. She'd be like, finally, now you're part of my family. I was like,
Joey's wife is black, by the way, if anybody didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess that makes my kid half black. Fucking wannabe. But, yeah, he's
a little half-breed.
It is valid, everything you're saying. And I feel the same way too, man. There's like a little bit of a resistance to want to actually react to the music and talk about the music that I want to, the music that I like and enjoy and listen to. Because sometimes, the fan base is just a little bit too rough. Sometimes race is involved with it too. Yeah. If it's like Kendrick, I think, is a special case because he is for the people. You know what I mean? He is all about promoting black excellence and fighting any kind of oppression, just making black people feel empowered. You know what I mean? And that's what's fucking appealing about him and shit like that. And I want to, like, celebrate it by listening to his shit and reacting to his shit. But yeah, sometimes, like, I don't know.
It's, like, hard to celebrate sometimes because, like, we're put down because we're white trying to help celebrate that.
Yeah.
It's like we're not allowed to help celebrate that. And then it gets into, like, this weird segregation issue. It's weird. Like, why are you doing it,
Yeah.
Stop it. We love the same music. We love the same people. Right. Let us all love. Let us all love.
That's a good sentiment to end things off. What we're saying is, fuck this podcast. We're done with it.
Fuck it. This is the last episode. Peace the fuck out. Jesus.
But yeah, leave your thoughts about this. I think this will make for an interesting conversation. Can't wait to read the comments on this one.
I'm not reading any of them. Not even going to peek at it. I'm just going to upload it, and then we'll move on to the next day. Peekaboo. All right.
Peekaboo. You're trying to be black again. Oh, that's how we end it?
Is that how we end it?
Yeah, peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Papa do!